Welcome to Law Crest, where we uncover the truth behind the most shocking laws in the United States. Today, we're re-diving deep into one of the most emotional and financially devastating moments in anyone's life: divorce. Most people think divorce is just about signing papers and walking away. But in the US, the legal system can determine who keeps what, who pays whom, and even who walks away with the house, the car, and the savings. So, the big question is, how much money can your spouse actually take in a divorce? Let's break down the hidden truths behind US divorce laws that can literally change your financial future forever. First, it's important to understand that divorce laws vary from state to state, and the US is divided into two main systems: community property states and equitable distribution states. In community property states like California, Texas, Arizona, Nevada, and a few others, but in equitable distribution states, which make up the majority of the US, things get a little more complex. The word equitable doesn't mean equal, it means fair, and what's fair can be very subjective. Judges look at multiple factors like how long the marriage lasted, how much each spouse contributed financially or emotionally, the lifestyle during the marriage, and even the earning potential of each person after divorce. So, if one spouse gave up their career to raise kids while the other worked full-time, the court might award a larger share of the marital property to the stay-at-home parent, recognizing their non-financial contributions. Sounds fair, right? But here's where it gets shocking. Fairness is in the eye of the judge, and sometimes one person ends up with far more than the other, depending on how persuasive their lawyer is or how the evidence plays out in court. Now, let's talk about alimony, also known as spousal support, the word that makes most people nervous. Alimony isn't automatic, but when granted, it can become one of the biggest financial burdens after divorce. Courts award alimony based on the financial gap between spouses if one partner earns significantly more or supported the other's education or lifestyle. They could be ordered to pay monthly support for years, or even for life in some states. For example, in long-term marriages of 20 years or more. Judges may grant permanent alimony, meaning payments continue indefinitely unless the recipient remarries or either party dies. There are also temporary alimony payments during divorce proceedings, rehabilitative alimony to help one spouse get job training or education, and reimbursement alimony when one spouse financially supported the other's career. In high-income divorces, these payments can reach tens of thousands of dollars per month, and if you refuse to pay, the court can freeze your accounts, garnish wages, or even hold you in contempt. Then there's child support, which is entirely separate from alimony. If children are involved, the parent with primary custody typically receives child support from the other. The amount depends on income, number of children, and custody time. But here's the catch. Even if the receiving parent remarries or becomes wealthy later, child support doesn't automatically stop. It continues until the child turns 18 or 21 in some states, unless a court modifies it. So, between property division, alimony, and child support, divorce can easily become one of the most expensive legal battles of your life. But wait, there's more to the money question. Many people forget about hidden assets. Some spouses hide money in offshore accounts, shell companies, or crypto wallets during divorce to reduce payouts. But if the court discovers it, the guilty party could face severe penalties, even losing their entire share of marital assets. Financial transparency is legally required, and lying under oath during divorce proceedings is perjury, a federal crime. So hiding assets might seem clever, but can destroy your case. Mela. Another key element is prenups and postnups, legal agreements that decide how assets are divided before or after marriage. A well-written prenuptial agreement can save millions by clearly stating what belongs to whom. But not all prenups hold up in court. If a judge finds the agreement unfair, coerced, or lacking full disclosure, it can be thrown out entirely. That means even if you signed a prenup years ago thinking you were protected, your spouse could still challenge it and win. One of the most surprising facts: even gifts and inheritances can become part of the divorce battle. Generally, if something was gifted or inherited by one spouse alone, it's considered separate property. But if that asset was mixed with marital property, like depositing inherited money into a joint account or using it to buy a shared home, it becomes commingled and can be divided. In short, once money mixes, it loses its protection. Now, let's talk about real cases. In one California divorce, a woman discovered that her husband won the lottery but tried to hide it during the proceedings. Splee. When the court found out, it awarded the entire $1.3 million winnings to her as punishment for his deception. In another case, a stay-at-home mom in New York was granted 70% of the couple's assets because the court ruled that her years of raising children were equal to her husband's financial earnings. These examples show how unpredictable divorce outcomes can be, especially when human emotion meets legal interpretation. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First, know your state laws. Whether you live in a community property or equitable distribution state makes a huge difference. Second, keep detailed financial records, every account, investment, property, and debt. Third, consider a prenup or postnup to clarify your intentions before things go south. And finally, hire an experienced divorce attorney, because the truth is, the better lawyer often wins the better deal. Divorce law isn't just about justice. It's about evidence, timing, and negotiation. And here's the harsh truth most people don't realize. The more assets and income you have, the more complicated and expensive your divorce becomes. Legal fees alone can eat up tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some spouses drag out cases intentionally to drain the other's resources. Slurs. Others use social media posts, messages, or even location data as evidence in court to claim infidelity or hidden income. Everything you say or post can be used against you. At the end of the day, divorce in the USA is not just a personal breakup, it's a financial battlefield. You're not just losing a partner. You could lose your house, savings, and future income. That's why it's crucial to understand your rights and plan ahead. Remember, knowledge is power, and in divorce law, ignorance can cost you everything. So, before you tie the knot or even think about walking away, make sure you understand what's really at stake. Thanks for watching Law Crest, where we bring you the truth behind America's most powerful and misunderstood laws. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share this video to help others protect themselves legally and financially. Because when it comes to divorce, what you don't know can absolutely hurt you.